What is up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of the Unhinged Diaries podcast. Bitch, we're just gonna act like this is uploaded on a Friday and I didn't miss another upload. I know, bitch. And I'm like, if I miss this upload, bitch, then I'm gonna fall so off track that this is not even gonna be a thing anymore. It's just gonna be a podcast that died. And I don't want one of my podcasts to be like that, okay? I don't want it to be another podcast that just shriveled away and that person just became inconsistent, okay? I know I have a really bad habit of being inconsistent, but I'm like, this podcast was the one thing I told myself I was gonna be consistent on. Even though I missed two uploads, technically just one, okay? But I'm like, no, we're gonna hop back on track, okay? My podcast has always been my baby, and it's the one thing I told myself I will be consistent in. So with that being said, I've just been so busy that I'm like, for this podcast to continue on and me to be consistent, I'm gonna have to pull a Trisha Paytas. No editing. So I'm gonna upload this as it is, which is so scary to me. Because I have a fucking stutter. I grew up having like really bad speech problems. So I like thank God has gotten so much better. Like I can actually form a sentence. Once upon a time, I couldn't. Hence why it held me back from like ever like following like my dreams of entertainment, like being having like being an actress or just other shit. Like there's so many things I wanted to do when I was little. Like I've always wanted to be a singer. I always wanted to be the next Hannah Montana. Like there's so many things I always wanted to do, but like my stutter always held me back. And that held me back from YouTube videos and shit like that. So when I started TikTok and I could just edit everything, it built my confidence to just do YouTube and like learn how to edit. But now, whew, we're joining that journey of not editing anything. So I'm like, this is very spooky ooky. Like, damn. If I start stuttering, if I fucking fart, if I burp, y'all go here and see everything. But Trisha does it all. Like there was one time I watched one of her vlogs, and she was literally unclogging the toilet. She did not edit it out. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe this will be iconic, or maybe this will be very cringe. So we're just gonna see how this goes. But I love anybody who stuck around and still watches all my episodes every single time I upload. I want to say weekly, but I fell off a little bit. I love you guys so much, but we have so much to discuss and catch up on. Y'all know the drill, how I like to go about my podcast episodes. I talk about one positive thing that happened to me this week. I say one, but it's usually like a million. If I had a lot of good things, or, one bad thing that happened to me this week, which 9 out of 10, honestly, it's bad. Like I have more bad than good these days. The universe is like, we have to humble this bitch so much to the point where she's funny, she has character development, and I'm over it. I am so over it. So with the good, I would say like the past more than a week, like 2 weeks, I've been really living it up. Like I think the last episode I must have told you, I think I told you guys, because it was about like club culture and shit like that. So I went on a date with that girl. I went on another one with her. We went to a different club, and still so much fun. Like she's been just showing me around a lot of cool places in Philly, so it's been really cool because I haven't really been to Philly like that. Like I would go there growing up, but obviously I don't remember much. And when I went to Philly with my ex-boyfriend, it was to shop. It wasn't really to like explore clubs, and like he was very not into like club culture or partying or anything like that. So for me to join that like vibe, that whatever, it was just like, it was usually through friends or whatever. But like I've made a lot of friends through like dating apps, and she's like one friend I made through a dating app, and it was just so much fun. There was a ball pit, like I can't remember the name of the club that we went to, and I would insert it, I would put it on the screen, but bitch, I don't want to edit this shit. So just know, if you live in Philly and there's that one specific club that's underground and there's a ball pit, you know which one I'm talking about. And it was so much fun. Like when we were in the ball pit, I literally felt like a kid. Like we were literally, there was this one guy, which was crazy. It was so crazy. Like I was in the ball pit and there's this guy, we made eye contact. I'm like, oh, he's fine, but I'm on a date with a girl, so I'm not gonna be an asshole, and that's incredibly disrespectful. But he starts throwing like balls in my face. So like literally for like 10 minutes we're throwing it at each other. And then he pushes me and I push him. And it was to a point where we're just flirting with each other. And he went up to me and he asked me what my name was. I said, Ali. He grabbed my hand and kissed my hand. And he told me his name was like Christopher. I'll say his name because it's not like y'all gotta know. There's so many Christophers. I don't even know his last name. But yeah, like he was just like talking to me. And since like my date was standing right next to me, I'm like, holy shit. I'm literally like, when I flirt, I give like eyes. Like, bitch, if you ever want a full like on podcast episode on how to be seductive, bitch, I can give it to you. Like, I was giving him the eyes looking down, eye contact, the smiling, like your body language. Like, you had to give off an energy of like not only confidence but like seduction. And I knew I was doing all my little tricks that I have in my little book. And I was like, oh shit. I'm literally flirting with him and my date's staring at me like I'm such a cunt. Like, oh my God. So I immediately just went into awkward mode. I locked into his shell, and from his body language, it was very much giving like he probably thought I was rejecting him, but I'm like, no, like, Gary, come back. Baby, come back. Gary, come home. Like, oh my God, I was just like, no. But what was even more like hilarious is when because we obviously had to take off our shoes when we went to the ball pit. As I'm putting my shoes back on, my date's like, you should go back to him and get him to get you a drink. And I'm like, I didn't want to be disrespectful towards you. She's like, no, Allie, like, get a drink from this man. Like, what? Like, he can get us free drinks. And I'm like, you mean to tell me this whole time you were okay with me flirting with this man? I was so mad. I was like, damn. I was like, fuck. I was like, well, it's too late. We can't find him. This was a big club. It was pretty packed. And she wanted to start heading out pretty soon. So I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm going to see this man. So if you're Christopher and you're watching this and you remember me, my DMs are open. But yeah, it was just overall so much fun. I don't even know what I would even describe me and this girl, what we're even doing. We don't talk every day, which it doesn't bother me at all. Like, we don't talk every day, or literally like really at all, because we're both so busy. Like, we don't really talk, and like we don't like really even kiss, or we never hooked up. Like, she's like, oh, I'm like, when I told her like what she's really doing now, like in the regard to like the dating world, and she's like, I'm not engaging in hookup culture or anything in that regard. I'm just chilling. So I'm just like, so are we just friends? I'm like, I don't know. I wouldn't say situationship at all, because it's not like we even like do much at all. We never kissed. We never did anything. It's like, I guess we're just literally just friends. I don't know. But it's like, I like her. I do. Like, she's really, really fun. And I love how much respect that she has for herself to even not even want to engage in hookup culture. Because she's just like, I'm not interested in it, like, at all. Like, there was a moment when I wanted to cuddle, and I don't know if she was getting off the vibe that I wanted to hook up or something, because I was like pretty drunk and high. But I'm like, no, I just wanted to cuddle. But that really turned me on. And she was just like, like, she's like, I'm not really feeling it. And in my head, I'm like, you're not feeling the cuddle? But like, I feel like I probably came off of it flirty because I was drunk. But I'm like, I promise you, like, I am not. I think that's so hot that she's really standing her ground and not wanting to do any of that, because that takes a lot of self-discipline, okay? And I don't even know if I have that much self-discipline these days. I be folding like a damn lawn chair these days when it comes to that. So I don't know, but I really do highly respect that she has that like self-control. But I'm also like really confused, like, what is this? Like, what are we doing here? What is this gonna become? Like, is it gonna be anything serious, or are we just gonna be friends? Because I'm down for just friends. Like, she's so fun to hang out with, and I don't know, like, I really do enjoy talking to her and stuff like that. But I don't know, there's moments where I'm like, it's probably not gonna go anywhere. And that makes me sad, because she's really, really fun. Like, every single day I've ever gone on with a girl, ever since I've been single, it's been so much fun. It's just like the most fun ever. And it's like, damn, if this ends, that'll suck. But, I'm detached, and I'm still okay. But that's just been really, really fun. I would say that's been really good. Work has been good as well. Like, all my coworkers make work so fun. My job, I'm literally like so blessed. Like, that, I think that's like my issue when it comes to like my depression, my bipolar, is the fact that, like, and getting into like, the bad things that happened to me within the past 2 weeks, it's like I will get into these funks. Like, I've been really, really, really undisciplined like the past 2 weeks, clearly, because I haven't been posting. But that's like really what's been making me so depressed, because I'm like, oh my God, I have no energy to do anything. I don't have energy to do my makeup. I don't have energy to like make my meals, because I'm on a diet currently, and I don't have the energy to even film my podcast, which is like, this doesn't feel like work. Like, my podcast feels like a safe place for me to just express my thoughts and emotions, check in with you guys on like the people. Like, the one thing I do love is people that I don't even talk to every day, that I grew up with maybe, and they'll be like, oh, when I watch your podcast episodes, I feel like I'm on the phone with you, like we're on FaceTime and you're just telling me about your day, or we're just talking. And I love that. I really do love when anyone feels like any of my TikToks or anything feels like a FaceTime video. Like means so much to me. So that's why I love what I do when it comes to this. So it makes me really frustrated when there's a part of my brain that's like, we don't want to do anything. And I hope that anyone out there who struggles with like depression can really truly relate to that feeling of like, why the fuck is my body telling me we don't want to do anything when we fucking do? Like, we love this. I love making content. Like, the amount of like career changes I've gone through the past like, you know, couple of years, like I love makeup and I'll forever love makeup, but my feeling like that passion for like content is always like literally gave me butterflies. It made me so happy. I love doing makeup. I love, you know, like there's just like there's a lot of shit I can do that can make money. I could be esthetician. I love skincare. I do like waxing. Like I could do so much, but it's like when it comes to content creation, that shit fulfills me. It doesn't feel like work. It feels like a privilege. It's like I get to do this, not I have to. I get to. So I get so depressed when my brain goes to that like place of like, oh, I have to fucking do this. I have to film this fucking podcast episode. I had to get up and go to the fucking gym. I had to get up and, you know, wash my face. I had to get up and brush my teeth. There's like basic necessities that you get to do. Like, not everyone's fucking privileged to fucking like have two arms to fucking brush your teeth. Like, there's things I had to get to. Like, I have to talk to myself. Like, bitch, you're so fucking ungrateful. But it's like a disease. Like, truly, like depression is such a disease because it's like, fuck, this is not okay. Like, I am so blessed currently in my life, and yet my brain plays tricks on me, telling me that I'm so fucking unlucky. I'm so like miserable, and I don't know, imposter syndrome to the good things that I have. It's like so fucking annoying and confusing because it's like I am so blessed, like so blessed, and it's like what the fuck. I'm literally doing well on OF. Like the money I've been making, it's like, dude, like there's that. TikTok's been paying me really well. Like I'm working a full-time job, so that's like three sources of income. Of course, it's been keeping me so busy to the point where like trying to manage this podcast has been a lot. Of course, me trying to like maintain my diet and go to the gym, it's a lot. And then working overnights, bitch, your energy's on low. Cause I'm not. It's really rare to get a full 8 hours of sleep. And every time I get a full 8 hours of sleep, I feel so guilty because it's like my whole day is pretty much gone by. You know. Because then it's like really late at night to really do shit. That's the thing that sucks about working overnights. But at the same time, I'm so blessed when it comes to my job. I make good money for really not doing shit. And I work with really cool people. So I'm really blessed in that regard. So yeah, it's all hard in that regard. But at the same time, I'm like really just pushing every single day. Like if I fucking fall, get back up. And I'm starting to like really build this habit of just looking back at the day prior and thinking, if I fucked up at this given moment, how can I prevent myself from the following day when I'm about to fuck up and like be undisciplined? What can I do different? Because even if I just do something different, even if it's not a big drastic thing, it's just doing the same thing and expecting different results is insanity. And I feel like I've been doing that for the past 2 weeks. So today I was literally about to lay in bed. I'm like, I don't want to do my makeup. I don't want to fucking make myself something to eat. I don't want to do shit. But I sat there and I started really thinking about it. I'm like, Allie, if you don't do shit, you're going to get even more depressed. It's like this weird cycle of like that comfort part of me wants to just lay in bed and sleep because I am tired. I am tired. But also it's like that comfort isn't even comforting. Like it isn't. It's in the moment. So I literally forced myself to get up and I went to go shower and I put the water all the way to the coldest that it could be. And I just sat there for like 5 minutes. Because I know they say like the moment you get like every time for me, this is a good life hack for anyone who needs it. But it's like anytime I would go to shop, like anytime I'm going to like a very nerve-wracking interview, like I'm just very anxious and like I don't know, it could be like me filming videos and I'm just really anxious but I need to get through it. It's like I love to just go in the shower, put it really cold. Obviously I don't love that part, but it's the feeling afterwards. Like your confidence will skyrocket. Like your confidence will go way higher because you're like, damn, I really just sat in that ice cold water and I didn't fucking like stop. Because it's really easy for you to just want to turn off like the water and then you're just like, well, damn, I just suffered for no reason. But like I like to sit there for like a good 5 minutes to the point where like the like it's not that painful anymore. Like I could sit in that water and it's not unbearable as the moment it's hitting you. And the moment you feel that and then you finally turn off the water, your confidence will skyrocket. It's gonna be like, oh my god, like I just sat and I just did something that's very uncomfortable and I still fucking did it. I still got it done. Like it boosts up your confidence. So then that's why I feel really good right now. You guys are probably like, this bitch don't even look like she's depressed. And I'm glad I'm hiding it well. I'm glad I'm hiding it well, but bitch, no. That little trick really does help me a lot, and I'm thinking of like implementing that like for now on. Like whenever I'm like, Ali, we need to get up because I know as much as you want to lay in your bed right now, it's just not gonna make you happy. Like if I need to rest, it's not even about like happiness. I need to rest, then I give myself that grace. But this past 2 weeks, I've been giving myself a little too much like grace, and it's just not it anymore. It's not. But yeah, I've been doing good in regards to like I'm literally looking at my vision board right now. The only reason why I haven't really showed my vision board online because I want to show at the end of the year, so I can show you guys this is all that I accomplished, which I accomplished a good amount of things so far, which I'm happy. But yeah, what was I going with that? See, this is when I start editing. So I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? Like my brain just goes empty. Oh yeah. So life is good in regards to like I've been accomplishing a couple things on my vision board. Like I've been trying to like explore more, like doing more activities, which I've been doing. Go to the club with my friend in Philly, and hopefully we can do other activities that's not just like clubbing. So I'm really like interested in like fulfilling that. I definitely want to go on vacation soon. That OF money, it's my vacation money. That's like my treat myself money. Everything else is for like debt and like bills, but like my OF money specifically is for like get our nails done, get our hair, like something, treat yourself. So I'm really excited. I don't know where I want to go off first. I've been thinking a cruise or I don't know, somewhere nice. Maybe Puerto Rico. I don't know. I've been wanting the Bahamas. I've been thinking, I don't know, bitch. I don't know. But I want to go on vacation this year for sure. For sure. And yeah, that's everything in regard to like the life updates. I've been doing okay. Like, I could be better, but I'm getting there, okay? And anyone out there who fucking ever looks at my life or looks at my content, like just my Instagram and think this bitch has it together, she's so happy, or my TikTok, you can come here and be like, oh, this bitch is a fucking fuck up just like me. I hope I can like help you feel like seen and heard in that regard, because I know social media can be really annoying where everyone seems so fucking happy and it's like, bitch, how in this economy, how can you be that fucking happy? Must be fucking nice. But yeah, with all that being said, I didn't even know what I was going to make today's podcast episode specifically on, but I do want to talk about Love is Blind. So I guess we can basically come to the conclusion that love is not fucking blind, okay? There's so much that's been going on with that show. It's so funny. I literally begged my coworkers. This is so sad, by the way. This is so embarrassing. But I begged my coworkers, I'm like, can you guys please watch Love is Blind so we can talk about it? Like, I have no friends who's interested in talking about Love is Blind. And that's when I literally joined a Facebook group on like Facebook, like of like Love is Blind. And I've been talking to people about it. I'm like, this is really fucking sad. But also a part of me is really happy because that's how I blew up on TikTok. Like, I remember I was so sad because I had nobody to talk to about pop culture shit. So that's why I made my TikTok, and that's how I started blowing up. Because it's like I found my little community. So hopefully, like, I don't know. I am kind of fucking sad. Like, my fucking Love is Blind videos have not been doing that well, which it is okay. I've been inconsistent on my TikTok, so I need to show myself grace. But I'm like, damn, bitch. Like, I just want to connect with, like, can we all just talk shit? Like, oh my God. But some people have been commenting under my shit, which I do appreciate. If you ever comment under my TikTok videos and engage with me, I love you so much, okay? Because I be feeling lonely, okay? Like, I don't have friends who cares about, like, pop culture shit or messy reality TV. So yeah, so let's talk about, like, this is gonna be spoilers, bitch, so if you have not watched it, click off right now. So we have to talk about the altar, like the weddings. Like, Jimmy and Chelsea not going to like the altar is not a surprise to me at all. Like, if anything, that has to be by far like the moment when common sense actually entered the chat when it came to Jimmy and Chelsea. Like, had they went to the altar, they would have wasted everybody's time because they both would have been two delusional ass people saying yes or no, or just wasting everyone's time going to the altar. And I think Jimmy made a really good choice, like saying no. Like, he's like, you literally have all, like, even if we take the insecurities out of the equation, her saying that I feel like you don't love me, or her constantly bringing up like, oh, like you hooked up with one of your friends, like there is just no stability in that situation. Like, it was just giving infatuation. That's what I very much got from the vibe. The entirety of that relationship was I felt like it was just true infatuation. Like they say, when it comes to like relationships, a lot of us get caught up in situationships and stuff like that because of the chemistry that you have with someone. Chemistry is not sustainable whatsoever. Like you can feel chemistry with almost anybody. Bitch, that guy I just saw at the club, like Christopher. Like when I held this, like we had a little chemistry, a little spark for a couple seconds, but that ain't gonna sustain a relationship where it's like, are you gonna protect me? Are you gonna love me? Are you gonna hold me down when I'm so depressed and I need a shoulder to cry on? I need someone to uplift me when I'm going through financial struggles or I lose family. Like, are you gonna be there? Can I count on you? Like, chemistry is not enough for that, you know? And I feel like that's what the show's truly like come to. Like, I don't know, because there is that argument where some people have met their partner and only know them for like a month or two and they've been married for like years. Like, there is those really odd cases, and that's really the same thing when it comes to Love Is Blind. Like there's a couple couples from like the first or second season, like really early on, when love was actually like the Love Is Blind was actually about like what it represents, like actually trying to find love behind like a wall. Now it's very much like, wow, these people are gaining so much popularity and clout, and if they're like entrepreneurs and have their own businesses, it's like boom, there you go. All you have to do is like have chemistry with someone, go to the altar and say no and don't get married. Boom, you're like an instant influencer. And I feel like that's what this show has come to. And that's why I'm like, love is not fucking blind. It's not. Like all these people, they know what they're getting themselves into. Like maybe they really are there to like at least find some spark or chemistry with someone, but then they realize this ain't sustainable. This is not gonna be actual love. Therefore they say no. Or some of them genuinely go in there with like actual malicious intent. And it's just ugh. Like it's crazy. And Clay ain't motherfucking shit. Like Clay ain't shit. Like he very much knew what he was doing. Like Clay, him having the audacity, men have nothing but the audacity to sit there and be like, oh, looking in the mirror, like, am I even the man ready to be, ready to get married? No. Am I deeply in love? No. So why the fuck are you on the show? Like what? Like I was literally like looking at my TV like, bitch, is 2 plus 2 equal triangle? Like what the fuck is this shit? I'm like, why did you get on the show? Cause then like, not only that, the show is called Love Is Blind. So it's like, how the fuck are you gonna get on the show? And then you're asking AD, hey, can you describe me your appearance, by the way? Or appearance really does matter to me. It's like a necessity. Love Is Blind? Like, did you forget what the title of the show, do you forget what show you're on? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I was so confused. I'm like, sir, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. He really ain't shit. And I've seen a couple TikToks where people been really like digging at him and making really valid points in the fact that it's like he's an entrepreneur. He has like that Airbnb business. I bet that shit is thriving now that you were on Love Is Blind. Like a lot of these people be having entrepreneur, like, they be having their own little businesses and getting on the show, and I'm like, But then again, I'm talking so much shit, but I'm literally manifesting to get on that show. Like, if there's any way possible for me to even get on that show, bitch, I'm there. And I'm going to follow everybody. I'm going to be like Oprah. You get a kiss, you get my heart, you get my heart, you all get my heart. Which one is going to actually, like, stick, though? Like, which one is going to actually propose to me? And then we go to that little vacation, and then we go to the altar, and I'm going to say no. But if for me, I'll own it, though. I will own it and be like, yeah, I went in there for a bag. And you would do it too. Like, I'd be honest, but I'm just trying to, like, keep up this fake facade of, like, I was there for love. Get the fuck, how the fuck are you there for love? But then it's like, build a bitch. It's like, oh, you have to, by the way, you have to be this, you have to be that. I didn't heal my parents' trauma, by the way. Him always using that as a scapegoat is bullshit. It's like, it's like when a guy, it's like, oh, like, for example, I'm gonna use this as a hypothetical situation. I don't want to air anybody out, but there's this couple in my family where the man, they've been together for like 6+ years. Like, it's like kind of ridiculous, and they're not even engaged. And his excuse would be like, oh, well, I don't have my shit together. That's very much what Clay was giving when he was like, oh, seeing my mom and my dad, they divorced and he cheated on her my entire life. Like, he literally would take me out to places with him to like cheat on my mom. So that's all I've ever seen. All these like celebrities, like me looking up to them, that's all I've ever seen was cheating. Therefore, I don't know if I'm like capable of commitment and shit like that. Him being, I'll say that it's vulnerable. surface level vulnerability. But it's like, that's very much bullshit. Because how the fuck are you gonna go on a show, Love is Blind? The point is marriage. So if that shit was unhealed and you haven't worked on that part of yourself, why the fuck are you on the show? And that's very much giving like bullshit too. Like I said, like with that situation with my family, they'll be like, oh, he'll be like, oh, I need to get my shit together. Motherfucker, it's been 6 years. You ain't getting your shit together anytime soon. And Clay very much would have gave off that vibe to AD, and I'm glad she stood her ground. She's like, I can't continue to date Clay. Period. And she did. And if we find out in the reunion they've been dating, I'm gonna really fucking jump through that damn TV screen. I'm gonna jump through that damn TV screen, and I'm gonna give her a piece of my mind. Like, bitch, this is a trap. This is a trap of a guy. Like, is giving that situationship vibes where it's like, oh, I want you, but I don't want to commit to you long term. Like, you're cool for the moment, not for long term. Like, you're not cool enough for me to like truly invest into you, like invest like into you, and not only that, but to actually better myself. Cause that's true love, and that's real. I've been there before. Trust me, I had my moments of not being shit, but when I met my last, my ex-boyfriend, I did not have my shit together. I was not emotionally available. But when I met him, I'm like, yo, I'm going to take 6 months of celibacy and not dating. And I really want to like make myself available for him. That's love. Like, that's when you really see the value in someone. That's why when it comes to this show, I'm like, Love is Not Blind, because it's like really full of bullshit these days. Like, everyone's like afraid to open up. Everyone's emotionally unavailable. That's why dating fucking sucks. And it's like him really trying to say, oh, I feel like I'm not the man. No, you're not ready for her. You're not a man enough for her. But if you were to see somebody else that you feel like you could align yourself with and you feel like you see value in, watch how emotionally available you will become, you know? So I'm just looking at him like it's bullshit. It's a cop out. It's a cop out from like actually committing to someone. At least just be honest and say, I don't see that with you. I thought I did. It might be fucked up, but like telling her that you're not ready and you're not man enough for her is such bullshit. It's such fucking bullshit. It pissed me off. I'm really anti-Clay, as you can see. I'm like, if he has one hater, bitch, it's me. But yeah, don't even get me started on Kenneth and Brittany. Oh, I hope everybody has his head on a damn stick, metaphorically. Head on a stick when it comes to the reunion, because he ain't shit for the way that he treated Brittany. That's not how you treat a woman, period. And him trying to like always just use that like, I'm a Christian man. That's why I be feeling iffy when it comes to Christians. Like, sorry to get there, but it's like they be really making me feel iffy because they be trying to sound like the most deep, down to earth people, but then they're really just the most shittiest people at times. And it's like, I don't know, man. I didn't like. I have so much to say in regards to that, but I'm gonna wait till the reunion so I could really just lay it all out for how I feel about everybody. Like my Jerry Springer final thoughts when it comes to everybody. I'll provide that for you guys when the reunion comes. So, which is this Wednesday. So I'm really excited. Obviously, this upcoming Friday, there will be an episode. I'm going to be back to regular schedule programming. I'm just not going to edit my shit. So if you see me fucking stuttering, like burping, farting, whatever the case may be, bitch, mind your business. And let's just disregard that. So that's that. In other pop culture news, Drake Bell did announce that there's a documentary coming out about all the like predatory things that happen in Nickelodeon. And I forgot what's his name, Brian Peck. Yeah, that's his name. Brian Peck. He was accused of doing a lot of to a lot of minors on Nickelodeon. And Drake Bell came forward and basically admitted to being one of his victims. And he's going to come clean and really lay it out. And I follow Sloan, the drama channel, and he very much like has talked a lot about that whole situation, and it's not pretty. Like, Drake Bell, what happened to him was disgusting and a crime, and it's traumatizing. Coming from someone who even experienced SA, it changes you. And we're not going to disregard the fact that he took advantage of like a 12-year-old like SA, like a lost station to a 12-year-old. So he literally recreated his trauma onto somebody else. We're not going to sit there and try to justify it. It's just kind of crazy now of like that topic of conversation now of like you literally recreated your trauma. You copy and pasted it onto someone else. And people are like, he can't, like, people trying to justify it's disgusting. I'm like, no, we can understand it and create conversation around it, because it's something that's not talked about enough, but we're not going to excuse it and try to feel sorry for him, because I feel sorry for the fact that that part of him that had to go through that. But the version who he is today, I don't feel sorry for, because one, you gotta heal that shit and not put it onto other people. Like, I can't even imagine taking advantage of somebody and me being someone who got taken advantage of. Like, that's no, no. But that's just very interesting, and I'm really excited to hear your guys' thoughts on that. Like, what do you think is like? What do you think he's gonna say? Like, what do you think? How do you think the media is gonna react to what he's gonna say? Because I have a feeling it's gonna be pretty big. It's big that he even admitted to it. So I don't want to sit there and say I can't wait for like to hear what he has to say, because it's like, that's tough, and people are gonna look at you a different kind of way. It's like you're being so vulnerable, like telling your story like that. So I'm just really interested to finally see Brian Peck being more held accountable. Like, more people should speak up on those type of things, because it's not talked about enough how like those children around that era really got taken advantage of. They were overworked and like really like abused in so many ways. It's just a lot. So of course it takes a lot to even open up about those things. So I'm really proud of him for that. But we're not gonna applaud a fish for swimming. I always say the bare minimum. You're not gonna applaud a fish for swimming. So I don't know. But yeah, I'm really interested to see what he's gonna say, and I appreciate his vulnerability opening up with that. And in other news, and in other news, as I'm filming this, Ariana Grande just came out with her album Eternal Sunshine. It is so good, you guys. It is so fucking good. I don't know if I should make a reaction. Well, fuck, I can't really make a reaction video to it anymore, because I already listened to it. Because I was making, like, I went through this little era in the summertime where I was making reaction videos to albums. Like, I did Olivia Rodrigo, I did Russ's, and it was so much fun. I loved it so much. Like, just getting high, listening to the music. It's an experience, because it's like a story that they're literally, it's a story, they're albums. So, and this album would have been so fun listening it to when I was high. See, this is what a stuttering I'm talking about. It would have been fun listening to it as I'm high. But I don't know. Like, I was at work and I was so eager. I was so eager. I'm like, I need to listen to it, and it was slow as fuck at work. I'm like, you know what? Why not? And I listened to it, and it was such a pleasant experience. I enjoyed it so much. I literally cried listening to it. I was at work. Like, it was just such a good experience. She literally just came out with the music video for the song "Don't Want to Break Up Again." I believe that's the song title, and Evan Peters is in it, and oh my god, that music video literally is so sad. Like, the lyrics, all of it, like, going off of the movie, like Eternal Sunshine, like, fucking, I forgot the fucking name, but you know what the fuck I'm talking about. But yeah, like, it was such a beautiful music video. And I don't know, you guys, I really do love the album, but I definitely want to know your guys' thoughts on Ariana Grande's new album. And yeah, I think that's going to wrap up everything for today's podcast episode. Thank you guys so much for watching or listening. If you're listening to this on Spotify, make sure to give it a 5 stars rating, even though a bitch has been inconsistent. But I love you guys, and I appreciate it if you do take the time to do so. And if you're watching this on the podcast YouTube channel, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so if you can see more of me, because we have a lot more content coming up. And make sure to comment down below your thoughts and opinions on Love Is Blind, on the whole Drake Bell situation, or even on Ariana Grande's new album. I definitely want to hear your thoughts and opinions. But I love you guys so much. And my light died. Why did my light die? Rude. And the fact that I'm not editing any of this is fucking annoying. But I love you guys so much, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next podcast episode. Bye bye.